Shut up and sit down.
Good day, everybody. It is Third Shift, episode 17. And with you today, as always, is your main host. That's a lie. The most coolest host. That's improper
also
English.
False. No,
Gee,
also
come
false.
on, man. It's me, Eric. And with me, as always,
Ooh.
is my co-host and esteemed buddy, partner in crime, Mr. Matt.
I
Matt,
guess I'll accept that.
there you go. How you doing this week?
Doing okay. It was just a regular old week for me. I'm not a big Halloween guy. I watched The Frighteners for Halloween. That's about as Halloween-y as I got.
Boo.
Which, I mean, good flick, so, can't argue with that. Other than that, just been playing some more Atticus and the Thrall Rebellion, just trying to get everybody's 85 ops point skins. Feels like I'm about halfway through, maybe two-thirds halfway through everybody. But what about you, man?
Hey, took the kids out trick-or-treating. As I've discussed already, I love Halloween, so we had a whole bunch of fun. One of my little ones was a unicorn, and the other one was a strawberry, and
Nice.
they, every time they were getting candy, it was just like, oh my God, why are people giving me this candy? I don't understand. It's amazing. So, that's fun to see.
Uh-huh.
And other than that, doing a little Destiny, of course, playing some Battleborn, got a few more of the skins, played some Kid Ultra, which we'll talk about in a little bit.
Yeah,
And, just being an adult, doing stupid, boring things.
We even actually got in a match with Player X for the first time in forever, though. That was fun.
Yeah, definitely. Haven't played with him quite a bit. He's back from some Player X adventure. Who knows what that guy does?
Self-imposed exile.
Exactly.
So yeah, in addition to all that fun stuff, of course, we did our Talented Tuesday art competition. This week's subject was Shane and Oryx. Thank you, Danny. I noticed that you and I did both find ways to not incorporate Oryx into that actual drawing.
I had to do it because I am way underskilled, and that was just too complicated. So I thought of the only thing I could think of, really.
Yeah, I definitely threw Minrek in there because Minrek has been harassing us on Twitter about how bad our art is. So in your face, Minrek, I drew you.
Yeah, say that sucks, Minrek. It's you, buddy. 100% likeness, too. So if it sucks, you suck. How about them apples?
I don't want to. No, now we've started a
Start
Twitter
a war with Minrek. Yes.
Twitter war. But yeah, all three of us were in on that. I thought we all did fun and/or really good jobs as usual because we're awesome. I mean,
Hey,
that's just all there is to it.
Pat on my shoulder here. Pat.
Exactly.
It's beautiful.
Oh, pulled a muscle pat myself on the back so hard. But yeah, as always, you can check out the preview versions on our Twitter account. Check out the Instagram for the full versions. And next week's subject is...
Come on, Kid Ultra, man. Hot off the presses, Kid Ultra. Of course we're going to be doing him.
Okay.
And you better bring your A game too, buddy, because there's a lot of inspiration for this robot.
I'll try to bring an A-game idea, but I will continue to bring like D- to like C- level art. How about that?
That sounds perfect.
Okay,
Appropriate, yes. Goodness gracious. So what else is going on in old Gearbox, man?
We got a shift code for 5 golden keys in Borderlands 2, so as always, check the show notes, check the Twitters, check everywhere you want to check for those. There's new code out there. Go get yourself some loot.
Speaking of that, we've been getting back into that, so we should probably start actually writing those suckers down and claiming them, because doing some Ultimate Vault Hunter, those are going to come in handy, I think.
Yeah, maybe. We do still have stockpiles of legendaries we haven't even really been able to use. Or I haven't.
But they're only going to be useful for a little bit longer. I mean, we're starting to get in them reaches where it's outliving its value.
No, I mean, the times I jumped into like a level 72's game and he was like, here's
do.
all the loot on the ground. Take all the loot you want. And I went, I'm never going to use this or this or this or this or this, but those are mine.
Well, congratulations to you, sir.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I earned those with my blood, sweat, and tears. It's just my solo character,
No, sure you did. Right? Yeah. All right. Anywho's, also, there is a rumor going on out there that a Battleborn Day is being put together, and that's going to be November 12th, and it's being hosted and or put together by the Battle Bros over there on Reddit. And it has been said that the Gearbox people are looking into ways that they can help support it. So if you want more information, make sure you check out either A, or link, or B, go on to old Reddit, check out Battleborn Day, once again, November 12th. And if we get any more information on whether or not that's going to be supported by Gearbox, or if this is just going to be 100% hosted and taken care of by Battle Bros, we'll let you know next week or on Twitter/Facebook.
Yeah, a lot of people have been involved in promoting this. I know Mental Mars has been all over it, Kaleido Demon, a bunch of other people, but still there's not much other than, hey, we're people who want to do a thing, and we'll be in Versus Public to destroy all of you. But I know they said they, as you mentioned, they specifically reached out to Randy Varnell and Joe King for help on this. So, like, just as you said, if we hear any more details, we'll forward them on to you guys, obviously.
And in a nutshell, so far what it seems like, it's just they're trying to get awareness for Battleborn out there, trying to put an effort to get everybody who's currently playing on at the same time, just having a blast with the community, playing the game, and then those who haven't got on will have a chance to get on whilst there's a whole bunch of players, get to really dive in and have a good time. That's the gist of it so far, and like I said, they're looking for support to maybe, have some rewards and or other things going on, so that way it's more alluring and more fun for those participating.
Yeah,
So,
should be fun.
Hopefully. I'll log in, and why the hell not? It'll be a great time.
Yeah, I'll be on a Saturday.
Why, because it's
We'll
Saturday?
see what comes of it.
Okay, gotcha.
So the big news this week for anybody who doesn't have the season pass or doesn't own the digital deluxe version of the game, Kid Ultra drops for all the rest of you guys for 47,500 credits. We've been playing around with them a little bit this week, so I figured Eric and I would give you some impressions on our new robot friend. What do you think about him, Eric?
Oh, yeah. I really like him. There's a caveat to this, but let me just start out with the positives. Really fun character. The whole bola thing, awesome, fun to use. I enjoy the heck out of it. The way he can fly around, for his ultimate and whatnot, that's where I'm a little shaky at.
Yeah.
And then also his general support. But I feel like he's more of just another go-get-him kind of character.
Yeah, definitely.
Than an actual real support. I was kind of hoping for like a shield/buffing thing, and he does have a buff if you're within a certain parameter of him, and you can change it to a heal in his helix or keep it as a damage buff. But, a lot of times people don't stay within that small range or that small circle that you got to be in. And, of course, being who you are, it's not generally that great for you to be way up in the business of everybody else. So I'm not sure. I don't know. I kind of feel like he's a more just ranged DPS with some healing capabilities.
Yeah, I definitely get that feeling from him too, just because it feels like, even in PvP he doesn't seem really strong, but in like the story op, I felt like I was just cakewalking through all that stuff, just blowing stuff up with my rockets, doing crazy AoE damage everywhere. I've played a couple PvP matches with him too, and it's, I feel that to a lesser degree, but he still feels like very damage heavy for a support-ish character. Kind of like I said, I kind of compare him to Reyna, but like almost up a couple notches, because his base attack does great damage and does splash damage. So like you, I really enjoy my time with him, but I was really hoping for, like we said, on the episodes before he was announced and everything, I was really hoping for more of like a just pure support, like almost no damage dealing whatsoever, just buffs and debuffs.
Precisely. I really wanted that character that was just going to stand in the back or mid-range, and his or her whole life was just putting shields up, putting debuffs down, shooting out, hey, look, I'm going to cast a attack buff in this area. And boom, now the front line has an attack buff. Like, that's kind of what I was hoping. It's kind of what I envisioned. And, of course, it didn't pan out that way. And he's got definitely some support capabilities. But once again, I feel like he's just, a ranged DPSer with some support capabilities.
Yeah.
That being said, I know it sounds negative, but I do like him. He's a lot of fun. He's just not what I was hoping for in a actual full-on support character.
Yeah, for me, I think it's just the rocket splash damage for me is just like too much. If his shots didn't explode and also damage stuff all around him, I think he would feel more kind of in line with what, I mean, he wouldn't be exactly what I thought he would be, but he would feel more like a support character, because you'd have the slow with a little bit of damage, you'd have the heal bots, you'd have his ultimate where he rushes in and pushes people away and heals your buddies, but that you can just hammer on his primary attack and just be doing damage even if you're not directly hitting anybody. It makes him feel like a DPS character to me. Now, again, just like you said, I really enjoy playing him. It's just not what I thought he would be. So, and also, one thing I did want to mention that I was thinking about before we got online to record this, he feels like he needs a double jump. Whenever I run around with him and I jump, I feel like I need to double jump. And I'm always hitting the jump button twice, but obviously he doesn't have a double jump, so I don't know what it is about him, but he needs a double jump, damn it.
Well, he does. All those awesome old 8-bit characters, after their primary runs, had double jumps. Obviously, the OG Mega Mans and stuff didn't, but later on, double jump was just a given in any of those games. So I see where you're coming from. You get that feeling of, Mega Man 0, and he's jumping all over the place, just like that.
Yeah, because he feels really good, like with his speed buff. If his speed was that normally, or if he had a double jump, he would feel like more like zoomy, like I thought he would be. I thought he would be like super fast.
Yeah, that's what I had in mind too. Just fast and getting out of the way and not being able to do a lot of damage, but supporting up the wing wall.
Like we've both kept saying, I do really enjoy playing him. So I don't want to leave on a negative note. Just give the man a double jump, and I'll be happy. That's all I gotta say.
And we're not leaving quite yet, because I did want to give out a little pro tip that I keep screwing up on with his ultimate.
Uh-oh, pro tip from the pro Eric, ?
That's right. Here we go. Take it or leave it.
I don't know. We need like a failed trombone.
Yeah,
horn
you might want to leave it, just in case. So, as they said, when you do his ultimate and then you go zooming in and then you give off that big O AoE heal, well, make sure you're going to be tempted, trust me, you're going to be tempted to target somebody, and you're going to go, I'm going to heal him, and you go zooming on over, and then while you're doing so, that AoE just expands and expands and expands. But if you hit something or do a sharp turn, it all goes way back down to its very, very minimum base AoE range, and you have to start over. Well, like I said, you're going to be tempted to target the guy or gal, whoever it is that you want to do the main heal on, and you're going to go zooming ahead to do it, and before you click that button, you're going to hit him, or it's going to register as you hitting him, so your AoE bubble's going to go whoop right back down to the minimum size, and guess who you're healing? Just that individual instead of the entire, minions, him, her, everybody else around, and it's going to be lackluster, and you're going to be a sad banana. Tears are going to come out of your eyes. You're going to shut your game off, and we don't want that. That's sad.
I like that your pro tip is the pro tip I gave you over lunch. So it's a pro tip from the pro Matt via sad pro Eric.
No, we worked it out.
Come on, man.
Hey, we worked it out. I told you about a problem, and you said, well, I wonder if this thing happens.
And I explained to you why you were having the problem. I explained to you how it worked.
And I said, I don't know if it's that. You're so full of it.
I told you how it worked.
You should see his head, boys and girls. It's growing. His head is growing as we talk.
And my head is enormous as it is.
Yes,
so now I can barely even fit in my apartment anymore.
Oh, my goodness. This is a pro tip from Eric, not Matt. No, not Matt.
This is a pro tip from the pro Matt, delivered by semi-pro Eric.
Just to steal all the thunder. Steal it all.
Hey, you're trying to steal my thunder. Come on now. Presenting it as Eric's pro tip.
I don't know. Whose story do you believe?
Believe my story.
Goodness.
Anyway, so all that nonsense aside, we both like Kid Ultra. So play him and see if you like him. See if you like how he feels. Let us know what you think about him. Because drop us a line. Maybe we're just scrubs and you think he's the greatest thing since sliced bread and you love him as his DPS madness.
Or maybe he is an amazing support character and we're just not utilizing the proper skills to make him that.
We don't have all his mutations yet either.
That's true.
And I know one of his augments makes the support drones like an AoE heal. So maybe he's got some other augments that have like AoE slow or something. Maybe something like that.
Possible. Well, we're going to keep playing them anyway this next week.
Yeah, definitely.
And, of course, we'll come up with our last and final thoughts on the next episode. But as Matt said, let us know what you guys think, your general first impressions. We want to hear all about it. So get a hold of us via Facebook, Twitter, the emails, all them good things, and just talk to us.
Yeah, let us know. We love hearing from you guys.
That's right.
So in addition to that, they dropped Battleplan number 26. In that, let's see. First thing is they announced that Chaos Rumble mode will continue through Monday, probably the usual cutoff time of 8 p.m. Pacific, 11 a.m. Eastern.
Yep.
Yeah.
Precisely.
They said, of course, just like always, they did that just so everybody can get their hands on Kid Ultra, play around with him for the whole weekend.
But not only that, Matt, but they did a double XP weekend.
Yes!
Oh, my gosh.
Yes!
Oh, yeah. On top of Chaos Rumble, you boys and girls get to go in and get some double XP.
I've actually been waiting for this. I think, I told you last weekend when we were playing, I really want a double XP weekend because going through the Thrall Rebellion with all the characters I don't play very much, I get through it and, I got like half a level. I really want to level up these characters that I haven't touched and probably won't touch until the Friendship Raid comes out again. But, you know what I'm saying.
We're still getting everybody with a few of their Helix mutagens and all that is fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
So this runs starting Friday at 11 a.m. Eastern and ends Monday 11 a.m. Eastern for all of you that do not know. So get in there and check it out because this is just bonus event on bonus event and a new character. It's going to be a good weekend.
All the good stuff just raining down from the heavens, from the Gearbox heavens.
Thank you, Gearbox, our mighty God.
Moving on through the battle plan, we got some hot fixes up next. They said they have made some tweaks to the reporting system. They've added AFK reporting, so for all the people who played with Danny all those months ago that she would tweet out pictures of you just sitting idle in the base the whole time, you're going to get reported now. And they said that some of the reports that they've been getting, some people have even gotten banned for it. So if you're a super dirty scrub who just goes idle all the time or bashes people or I don't know what the other reporting option was, and you try and get on the game and you can't, well, hey, surprise, quit being a douche.
Well, it's none of our listeners, though, so it's nothing you guys and gals got to worry about.
No, of course not.
Yeah, I'm sure our peeps, they don't sit around in AFK and whine and cry the whole time. It's
Maybe that's why Player X hasn't been on very much.
Exactly.
He got banned.
And he just doesn't want to tell us.
So also in the hot fixes, a couple of fixes for face-off mode. They said the buildables now have a 10-second cooldown when they're destroyed for you to be able to build them up again. And then they're increasing the cost of the Tier 2 and 3 Varelsi spawners. I think Tier 2 was going up to 300 from 2, and then Tier 3 I think was going up to 400 from 3. I don't have the numbers right in front of me, but I think that's what it was.
Outstanding. And moving on from that, lastly, as a big old note here, they opened up the tournament support page. Now, for most of you, it's not such a big deal. This is more for those guys and gals out there trying to put together tournaments, trying to set up big events, doing stuff like that. I'm excited about this because this is something maybe we can incorporate. They asked for opinions on how this could be utilized in other ways besides just for tournaments, and I'll just state it on the podcast. It could be used to, for content creators. We could get shift codes, do giveaways, fun things like that to get the community involved and get questions, answers, feedback, art, whatever it is. Just to have a lot of fun with it and get everybody involved. So I'm pumped on this. We're definitely going to contact them and see about making that a reality.
So yeah, they said this is something they've been looking into for a while. Just a way for, like you said, content creators, tournament organizers, contest organizers to kind of contact Gearbox, request some shift codes as prizes, stuff like that. So should be fun.
Heck yeah, we'll see how that goes, and we'll let you guys know in the future. And as they always do, they did throw in a little bit of lore this week.
Yeah.
And it's a pretty weird. It's done in like a strange Twitter/texting sort of form. That's kind of what I got out of it.
It's sort of like a message board.
Yeah.
But without like breaks and signatures and avatars, just kind of like screen names and text, basically.
Mm-hmm. And of course, It was using all sorts of weird code names, Mental Marmot, Soulless Sister, that kind of stuff. And it was basically a whole little snippet about Toby being pissed off and crazy about something or rather.
I'm assuming about his mech suit getting stolen leading up to the friendship raid.
Yeah. Well, that would make sense. Hence, the whole hype about Toby and the friendship raid and the Twitch stream that is about to start in the next couple seconds and all that other good stuff, right?
That's right. It's starting literally right now as we're saying this. So we're going to cut right here and then be back with our reactions and info and all that good stuff.
And finish out the podcast with a badow.
Maybe a badow.
Perhaps. We'll see. Anyways, folks, we'll see you here in just a minute.
Yep.
Holy mackerels, Matt. We are back, everybody, from watching the wonderful stream. Whole bunch of wackiness going on. You got penguin cams. You got talking of side stories. You got some weird happenings over there.
You got penguin outfits and a penguin hat that apparently has a name now and is like mobile, is a puppet as well.
Yeah, I have to say, I think her choice of the penguin suit might have been not the best, considering I don't think she could see probably like 80% of the time.
Yeah. I agree with that.
But humorous nonetheless.
Yeah, good times.
But the boys and girls out there, they want to know what's up with Toby's friendship raid, Matt. So let's go ahead, and for those who didn't get to watch it, break down the information that we received.
Well, first off, should mention that the stream did include Elisa Melendez and Randy Varnell, as usual, plus design director Brian Thomas. He was kind of the mastermind of the whole ops point system. I thought that was pretty cool.
Oh, it was pretty cool. I mean, the man behind these ops missions, which, as everyone knows, me and you both love. It's pretty cool to see the guy who was like, hey, I've got a freaking great idea.
And he seemed like a pretty cool dude, too. He had some like witty retorts to people's crazy antics, I guess we'll say.
And he had the stink eye for some of them really bad puns, and the stink eye for some really strange altercations.
Oh, yes, indeed. But the stream started off showing off all the new skins and taunts that are going to drop in the marketplace either this week or next week. Whole ton of characters there. I know I saw pretty much the majority of them. I think maybe only someone like Isaac. A couple of the others were the only people I didn't see represented in some of these new things.
They teased another Rendy skin that apparently they really all love, but that's not coming out quite yet.
Yeah.
But they also did have a Phoebe for all you Phoebe lovers out there. She's got a new skin. They didn't really go too close up on it, but it looked like it was like a red with some kind of graphic going on the skirt there.
Like I said, they did that pretty much first thing, so even if you don't have time to watch the whole stream, if you're kind of interested in seeing what kind of taunts, what kind of skins are coming up for some of your favorite characters, give that a quick peek. Like you said, they didn't go super in-depth on any of them, but you can get an idea of what's going on.
Yeah, just go check out your favorite and, keep a lookout for, because they show them all, and just keep a lookout and see it for yourself, because it's going to take forever to go through every single one of them.
And speaking of skins and taunts, of course, they mentioned that in Toby's friendship raid, there'll be 2 skins for each character again at the 40 and 85 ops points levels. There'll be new titles, new taunts. They said there's going to be another boss legendary from the end boss of the story op, and then 5 other faction-based legendaries, just like there were for Atticus and the Thrall Rebellion. So, again, kind of what we expected from the last one, but still cool stuff.
And the ops point system works exactly the same as it did in Thrall Rebellion. For those of you that don't know, you start out at 0, it builds in 5s. You have to complete, opposite of what Randy said last time, you do indeed have to complete the ops mission for your points to go up for the next mission.
Yeah.
So just in case any of you were confused on that and were wondering, Randy misspoke or had a piece of miscommunication, whatever it was, he stated it improperly, and therefore it was corrected this week.
But you should have been all up in Atticus and Thrall Rebellion anyway, so you should have known that.
Beyond the skins and taunts, they went ahead and showed, obviously, some gameplay of the new Toby friendship raid, and then they talked about it quite a bit. And what Brandy was saying was that in this particular one, you're going to go from ship to ship to ship to complete your storyline this time around. So last week we saw those pictures and we were talking about maybe it's going to be the same area but given a different skin over every time. Well, that was incorrect, but I think it's one up from that because now we're actually going to be going from ship to ship to ship to complete the story, which basically is a whole bunch of new levels for at least 10, Randy said, which is fantastic.
Yeah, that's definitely what it sounds like, at least. They only showed, part of one run-through of the story out, but like you said, judging by what they said, that sounds like what's going to be happening. Different ships each time, hopefully different layouts each time, if not just, new visuals.
Yeah, I'm still a little confused on it. It really, I don't think it was clarified on how that's going to be, if all 10 playthroughs are going to be a different ship, or maybe there's only going to be 3, but the story, like in the last one, will just change up to 10 times. I'm not...
I think he said each time you go through will be a different ship, but that seems like a lot of levels to design. That's why I'm kind of wondering if it's each one's a different ship, but it's the same layout because they're all like manufacturing ships or whatever, but like themed differently. So maybe that would kind of tie into what we were seeing last week.
Which would make us right in a sense because the ship's the same. It's just they're going to reskin each one, so therefore it's a different ship.
Again, maybe.
Actually, Matt, you got a great point there. That would actually make a lot of sense because in those pictures, it was the identical areas and identical things, just like we said, looked different. So
and then you're not spending time designing 10 different ships for just one story op to drop.
One $5 story op.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep. Boom. Problem solved. That makes sense.
There we go. Geniuses at work right here. Boom.
God bless. Just pay me the big bucks. The playthrough that they went and did was pretty short. Joe, he needs to work on his Kid Ultra a bit for sure.
Whoever that Benedict was needs to get a little better with rockets, I think, because I think the very first bit there, the person was trying to hit a minion and missed like an entire clip of rockets on it. It was pretty great. It made me laugh.
Yeah, I was having a good time. They were, of course, making fun of Joe because he healed no one, pretty much the entire clip, which was outstanding considering he's a support class.
That was pretty great.
Way to go, Joe! And now, of course, he's going to hate us, and but that's okay.
And whoever that Benedict was is just going to be like, nope. Those guys, they're done.
That was Elisa?
What was it? She wasn't the Miko?
No, she was the Benedict.
Oh, well, sorry.
I think. I'm pretty sure. So, yeah, there you go. Now you know who you're roasting on.
Great.
Just be hated by everybody. Congratulations.
That's how it is anyway. Come on.
That's right.
I mean, that's how real life is. Why not make podcast life be that way, too?
That's right. Randy was also talking during this, and he was saying that the integration of the last one's going to be played into this one in regards to the Thrall. He said now that the Thrall are free, you're going to start seeing some different armor upgrades and different looks, loadouts basically of these mercenary Thrall, and that if you pay attention over the next few op stories, you're going to start to learn a little bit about what's going on in that whole scenario.
Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to that. Some different variations on enemy types, whether they act different or just look different. It'll be nice to see some new stuff in there, not just the same brutes and enforcers and all that stuff.
And before we get too much farther ahead of ourselves, in a nutshell, what was the story behind this friendship raid?
Well, the story was obviously Toby's mech suit got stolen.
And Toby.
I was going to say, and I thought it was Toby got kidnapped as well. So I know he said at one point in that first ops level they were playing, the bad guy, who is Thaddeus Wishingbone, a leopard seal, because seals, spoiler alert, seals eat penguins. But they said he takes Toby's mech suit and creates clones of it that you have to fight. So that'll be pretty cool, fighting off basically like mini Tobys.
Imposter Tobys.
Another interesting enemy encounter, or interesting and new enemy encounter to run through in the new story op.
And for those of you who don't know, Thaddeus, well, he's voiced by Mikey, who is Scooter, if you didn't know that as well. So another famous voice coming in and taking part in Battleborn.
And speaking of him, they said Mikey and a whole bunch of the Gearbox writing staff, the Gearbox, all the Gearbox peeps kind of collaborated on this one. So you're going to have all kinds of crazy ideas, all kinds of madness going on in this story op.
And they did note that with all the different peeps coming in and kind of going head-to-head with one another, that this is definitely going to be a wacky, out of sorts ops mission. And they said they really enjoyed doing that and having the reins let go, and there was no particular lore they had to uphold, et cetera, et cetera.
We kind of saw that coming, too, because, even with it just being based around Toby and getting his mech suit stolen, it sounds like a fun, crazy idea in itself. Plus, you add in all the other rogues who are going to come try and back him up. It's just a recipe for craziness.
So, once again, to get back to it, the story is Toby was kidnapped, his mech suit was kidnapped. This bad guy, Thaddeus, has gone ahead and started reproducing Toby's mech suit to use it against him and everyone else. Raina takes the rogues, and she goes ahead and sets up a rescue mission, and comedy / rescue / all the other good things ensue.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
So there you go. That's what you got to look forward to. When, Matt? Maybe what?
Oh, man. Is it? It's next Thursday, November the 10th. Boom.
Holy cow. Blammo.
Yep. So anybody who's got the season pass or the digital deluxe version, that will just drop straight in, just like Atticus and the Thrall Rebellion did. Just bloop, it'll just appear in your little operations menu. And for everyone else, I believe they said it's going to be the same price as the first story op, $5 or 700 platinum, which I think is interchangeable, basically.
And then he also went in and made sure to reiterate that for $20 you can get the whole dang kit and caboodle and get all the good stuff. So if you guys enjoyed Thrall, this looks like it's going to pan out to be just as good, if not better. So I'm looking forward to it.
And cutting back to you saying $20 you can get the whole kit and caboodle, that's $20 for 5 story ops, which would be $25 separately. So why not just get the season pass and just scoop them all up into your grocery cart? Just boom, there you go.
Exactly. I think at this point they've shown that these things are going to be really good. So I have no qualm spending the money, which I already have. So
yeah.
And one minor note too, the music, it was very low. You could barely hear it, but I was really paying attention to it because for me that's a big deal, like getting in the atmosphere, getting in the mood, and it sounded really good. In the background, I could hear it just a little bit, and I was really digging it. So I'm hoping that the whole thing is, that good, and that obviously it's not going to be played at some minuscule volume that I can barely hear when I play.
I was going to say, I didn't even notice the music. I could barely hear the voiceovers from the game, and that was only when they weren't talking at all. So I'll have to take your word on it that it's good. Usually when you say the music's good, it is good. So
yeah, it's good. It's good. I think it's good. And then, of course, Randy told a little story about his wonderful penguin hat. And if you guys didn't catch the stream, he was wearing this crazy crack-headed penguin hat. And apparently he thought he was hot stuff, and he could ski, and he'd played SSX3, thought he could get on the slopes and do some snowboarding. And he failed miserably and had a lot of teenagers and young adults mocking him and whatnot for his amazing hat and his skill at snowboarding.
Looking down at his fallen body in the snow from the chairlift, going, "Hey, sir, at least you have a good hat on."
That's right. And I just say to you, Randy, you're not the only one. I've been in that boat. I could ski. I thought I could get on a snowboard and go down the slope, trying in the first attempt to go down some of the advanced slopes. And it didn't turn out well for me at all. And I ended up with lots of bruises, cuts.
Awesome.
All that greatness. Trees were part of the whole thing. So I feel you. For anybody that listens to this that loves going out and they love skiing and they think they're going to get on a snowboard, yeah, well, take it slow, take it easy, get on the baby hill, and work your way up. Unless you want to end up, in pain and suffering.
Maybe some people are into that, man.
Well, I know there's some people into that.
Stop looking at me like that. Come on.
Yeah.
Hey.
What you and Player X do is your business.
So as they were winding down the Toby's Friendship Raid stream, they mentioned that on Saturday, November 5th, from 8 o'clock a.m. to 8 o'clock p.m., they're going to be doing an Extra Life stream. And if you guys don't know what that is, that's basically a charity stream for
Children's Miracle Network.
Children's Miracle Network. It's going to be all kinds of people from Gearbox playing all kinds of different games. Elisa said she and Joe are probably going to start off with Borderlands 2, Tiny Tina's Assault on Dragon Keep.
Which is amazing.
Amazing.
Yes.
They said they're going to start right off with that at 8 o'clock, but they're going to be playing all kinds of Gearbox games, all kinds of other games. They said they'll probably be doing some tabletop gaming at some point during the stream. So if you guys are just chilling out on a Saturday, want to watch some games, want to, donate to charity, help some people out. Elisa also said that during the stream you can, and I'm using quote fingers here, win mad stuff. So all kinds of donation giveaways. I'm assuming shift codes you can win. Just drop in and have a good time with them.
Yeah, and make sure if you got a couple bucks to donate to the Children's Miracle Network because, well, you're helping children. Yeah. And I'm not one for giving. I'll be the first to tell you. But when it comes to kids and stuff, I might have more of a soft spot, especially having kids of my own.
I was wondering if I should just buzz through the charity stream and you just go, yeah, fuck giving.
It's for a great cause, though. I mean, in all honesty, you get to watch people play video games and have a good time all day. There's going to be loot giveaways. They talked about a huge claptrap, which sounds amazing. Obviously, shift codes. I'm sure there'll be some mega codes in there. She was saying loot incentives, which I would assume that if you give, then you'll have a chance to get on some of these better, probably higher quality items anyway, which makes sense. So if you're not doing anything all day Saturday, 8 a.m. till God knows when.
8 p.m. they said, 12 hours.
8 p.m. Boom, 12 straight hours. Tune in, throw a buck or two that way, have a good time. Yep. It's well worth your while. Yep,
definitely. And then to wrap up the stream, as always, they gave us a shift code for a gold skin for Toby this time, which you and I totally called over lunch. Because what else would it be? It's the Toby raid. Get a Toby skin.
Toby gold skin, because the gold skin's what they give.
That's right.
That's right.
So we'll have the shift code for that in the show notes. I took a picture of it from my phone on my TV and tweeted it out from our Twitter account. So if you follow us, you should definitely have it already. So that's what we thought of the Toby's Friendship Raid stream. What did you guys think? Send us your feedback. Oh, I said the magic word, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. I think it's time for the mailbag.
This is a question that's been in the mailbag for a very long time. This comes from James McCann again on Facebook. Good old Jimmy Mack asks,
Jimmy Mack,
who is a better gamer? Be honest.
Me. I mean, it's really easy.
No,
it doesn't take,
wrong, false.
It doesn't take a mad scientist to know that I am the better gamer.
It takes a crazy person to think that you are the better gamer.
Nope.
Yeah.
No.
Yep.
Nope. I'm the better gamer.
No.
Period.
I think if we're being honest,
no.
We're about even in most things. You're obviously the MMO guy. I'm the MOBA guy. We're about tied on RPGs and puzzles and pretty much everything else. So there you go.
Yeah. It comes to a wash pretty much. I would say you got the fighter genre probably under your belt a lot more than I would. Puzzles, I think I have a slight edge, but that's debatable. I'm just saying my opinion. I've got Shadowgate under my belt, Uninvited under my belt. I've got a lot of them old NES puzzle games.
Yeah, but we both smashed Catherine like nobody's business.
Yeah, so. But it's true. I'll give you that. So, all right, we'll be nice. We're gonna play fair. We're gonna say we break about even at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So unless you want to get very specific, Jimmy Mack, we're gonna be buddies here, I think.
And if you do want to be very specific, you can ask us further questions. You can email us at info@thirdshift.me. You can hit us up on Twitter. We're at ThirdShiftMe, that's ThirdShiftME. We're on Facebook under Third Shift. We're Third Shift Me on pretty much every one of the other socials that there ever exists in the entire world. For any direct links to that, go to our website, thirdshift.me. This podcast drops every Friday, so we'll see you guys again on the 11th of November for our next episode. You can find the show on iTunes, on Stitcher, on Podomatic, assuming they're up and we don't destroy their servers again. On YouTube, we're on Google Play Music. We're pretty much everywhere you want us to be. And if you like what we're doing, please give us a follow or a subscribe on any one of those platforms because we really appreciate it.
Yeah, as usual, you guys know we love you. We love you all. We appreciate you guys taking a listen.
That's right.
We can't wait to hear from you with all that awesome feedback and mail you're going to get us this week. We're very excited. And speaking of love, we went ahead and incorporated something new into the podcast, and I want to go ahead and let you guys know all about it right now. It's very simple, nothing big. We hooked up Patreon, and we're going to treat it as a tip jar.
Yeah.
So if you liked what you hear, you got $1 on the side, and you say, hey, you know what? Eric's about as dumb as rocks, and he made me laugh today. I'll give that poor son of a gun $1. Awesome.
Or if you say, hey, the pro Matt gave such an awesome pro tip this week, he deserves $1 for that. Boom,
awesome.
Right in the tip jar.
Look at that. It's definitely nothing we want you guys to fret about. We're just going to be doing podcasts like we always do. I'm a working man. I got a 9-to-5 job. It's not going to quit. My kids will eat.
I got a 6 a.m. to 2:30 job, so I'm definitely don't have time for anything else.
Exactly. But we want to let you guys know it is out there, and we would very much appreciate it if, whenever you feel like it, if we did something awesome, you guys tossed $1 or something in there, it would never go unnoticed.
Yeah, I just want to reiterate that we're not putting anything behind a paywall. It's just, if you want to throw some cash our way, it would be greatly appreciated.
Yep, nothing special.
Yeah.
There you go. But with that out there, that gives you guys a chance to show us you love us. Or you could send us mail, too. That's another way to show us you love us.
It's a free way to do it, too.
Yeah, exactly. But as always, we do appreciate you guys taking a listen, and we can't wait to get the next podcast recorded and out into your guys' ears. So with that, we're going to hit the road, and as usual, Matt, until next time,
Don't forget to save!
Shut up and sit down.